What's up, guys? Welcome back to So Many Parks, So Little Time, or as I like to call it, Sid's Plump Silo Talks. So today we are at the Minnesota State Fair in St. Paul in Minnesota. Now, while not an amusement park, this is the second largest fair in the United States, just behind the State Fair of Texas. So for a week and a half out of the year, this entire part of the city basically becomes an amusement park. It's filled with rides, it's filled with food, livestock, everything you can imagine at a state fair, just cranked up to 11. Funnily enough, the last time I was here in Minnesota, the state fair was actually going on and I had no idea, so I'm glad that I am able to stop by this time and check it out. So yeah, there's a lot to see, both in the Midway that they bring in, as well as attractions that are already here. So yeah, let's take the time to explore the Minnesota State Fair. Let's go have some fun. It's kind of crazy. This actually feels like an amusement park, even though it's pretty much just a city block.
Well, I know you're off to your place up north.
So you can't really see it, but this might just be one of the longest chairlifts I've ever seen. It goes way, way to the other end of the fair. I can imagine this is a great mode of transportation to get around because it took me like 5 minutes to walk from one terminal to the other. So I was just at the Nebraska State Fair, and I think you could fit 4 Nebraska State Fairs into the entirety of the Minnesota State Fair.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
So the yield note was good. I like it better than the one at Iowa because you actually have stuff to look at, though the one at Iowa, I'm pretty sure it's just for couples to make sweet, sweet love to each other. This one works too. Although, this one works well for that too, other than the fairy tales sort of interrupting the fun. Thank you. Oh boy. Whoa! Woo!
Enjoy the fair, guys. Hey.
Hey everyone, it's beach party time. Hurry, hurry, let's go now.
Was a little bit disappointing. I thought it was going to be a lot more intense than it actually was, but still a very fun ride, just your very standard 360 pendulum ride. Beach Party, on the other hand, that ride really surprised me. It's basically like a more intense Tilt-a-Whirl. You can get stuck in rocking purgatory just like in any Tilt-a-Whirl, but as soon as the car starts spinning, you are basically slammed with G-forces. It's like a punch to your entire body. It was one of the most unexpected rides today, that's for sure. took a break from the Minnesota State Fair to go to Cedar Point and ride Iron Dragon. So yeah, Iron Dragon, it's basically just another super cyclone. It's fine for what it is. I do wish they were a bit more intense, but I mean, they're pretty fun. They're zippy, they're not particularly rough, they're not particularly janky. They're pretty much perfect for a fair. That being said, I do prefer the Iron Dragon at Cedar Point. Mouse was pretty fun. We actually had a fairly balanced car, but somehow we still got a lot of spinning on that ride. It's probably the best sign of a good wild mouse in that case. Just like a Super Cyclone, it's pretty much a staple at these kinds of fairs, but still a fun ride nonetheless. Oh boy. Oh, Oh dear. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. 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 Woo. Whoa. 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 Woo. This right here is a very rare KMG Tango. It's Equinox. I believe this might be the one that used to operate at Canopy Lake Park. Now these are very rare rides, and actually one of the earlier videos on this channel was me riding the one that was at the Central Wyoming Fair back in 2015. The human body was not supposed to endure things like this. Oh boy! And they are among some of the wildest flat rides out there. It just tosses you in every direction. You're in just a strangest sitting, almost standing, but floorless position, and it is just absolutely insane. Now this one did sort of take its cycle conservatively. The wild section was very, very short, but even still, when it did get wild, it got really wild. Definitely a fun ride, and even though they're not the most comfortable rides, and because of their intensity, I wouldn't ride it every time if it was at a permanent theme park, but when they pop up at fairs across the country, I do absolutely try to give them a ride whenever I can. Oh boy, I think this was a mistake. Oh. Whoa! Whoa, jeez! Am I in Europe? Whoa! Woo! Whoa! Techno power runs like a flat ride at a European fun fair, or at least the closest equivalent to it. This thing just tosses you around really, really fast, and the G-forces are so powerful and sustained. By the end of the ride, it felt like all of my blood was in my feet. Probably the wildest ride here, and probably my favorite ride here. This thing is awesome.
We're gonna shoot.
Haunted Castle was kind of eh. Usually with these classic ghost train type rides, they're either so bad that they're cheesy fun, or they are a certified classic, and this one unfortunately falls kind of in the middle. A lot of the effects were very delayed, and that unfortunately played a key role in it.
That's how you do it. You lean in there, you reach in there, you toss it in. We don't care if you win, sir. We want to give out the beers. This is the easiest game at the fair, kind of. Want to do it? Kind of. Depends on you.
finally trying deep-fried alligator. And while it doesn't taste exactly like chicken, it does have a very chicken-esque flavor to it.
Yeah, it's a tall one.
Wait, you see the one? It's like the multicolored.
It's like
building?
it goes like
Oh,
up,
that's
and then there's like a little square on top of
The
it.
white building.
Yeah, in a few different languages.
And it says like Caleb Paz, Spanish.
You see that one? Okay, and then to the right of that is a blue and gray one. That's my part.
Near the top.
Oh, that's where Ethan said to meet us.
I think this is the top.
Like, said to meet him.
We're right at
30 minutes ago.
Oh, I think we're right near where. This is the top. This view that your apartment.
Yeah.
I've worked in this neighborhood. This capital. Is that the United Stadium?
So either way, I did.
But it's like hockey.
So that was the Minnesota State Fair. Yeah, I'm leaving a little bit early just because I need to get back on the road. I did miss quite a few things, particularly the animals, the livestock, the 4-H, all that stuff. But I am very satisfied with what I was able to get in today. This is such a busy event. In fact, it is the second busiest state fair in the country. So it was pretty busy today, but it wasn't the peak of peak days. So I can only imagine just how busy this can get when it's at its absolute busiest. So as the day continues to go on, it was only going to get busier and busier, so I was like, that's enough people for me for today. But yeah, I absolutely recommend the fair. The carnival is good, but I wouldn't necessarily call it one of the highlights of the fair. I feel like if they had one big coaster, you know, like something in Europe, then that would really, really elevate their carnival lineup to the next level. And for some reason, they don't have a drop. I just realized I have just crap in my beard. And it's also kind of weird that they don't have a drop tower. Oh, by the way, say hi to Como Town. I went here in 2018. I didn't do a video on it though. So that's going to do it for the Minnesota State Fair. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. We'll see what park we're at. Take care.